Hello and welcome to KamenRider Blackman. When was the last time I made a top 10 list or a tier list? Because that's what we're doing today for Minions and Power Rangers. Now, why today it's going to be a tier list is because I would have done this in like a top 10 originally, but trying to rank them seemed a bit more kind of harder than it assumes to be, especially when there are some that I might like where others wouldn't. But also, this is another idea I got from Facebook where I've been reading about minions and how they are and whatnot. Actually, just to give a source to where on Facebook, I believe I might have mentioned this before, a Facebook page called New York Six Ranger. But onto the tier list. And now, thankfully, I managed to organize them all in proper order from Mighty Morphin to Dino Fury, and just right before we started recording. And so, the very first minions, the putties. I mean specifically the season 1 putties. I don't know if this is bias or just I just really like the putties. Their designs are simple. They're honest to God. They're made of like clay stone, so immediately they're hard to hit. And the different variations of them too are all impressive and are just they're just amazing. And seeing them again in Once and Always, where this time when you kill one, they break apart into stone. I just think the putties are awesome. I always like their designs. Especially when their limbs can change to like weapons too. Like, that's impressive. So like the season 1 putties, I love them so much. They deserve to be an S tier. They're that cool. So now, the season 2 putties that were made by Lord Zed. They're not bad too, but I just now realized when looking at them, they really look like they're all wearing jock straps. And they're rather not easy to beat, but do have a one glaring weakness, the Z on the chest. But they're not bad, and honestly, a mix in the color wasn't a bad idea for them too. Just because new season, mix things up a bit, especially with the new villain. Because think about it in Super 1, they still kept the same minions, but put masks on them, so... But for the Z Putties, personally, I think they should be an A, because compared to the OGs, I don't know, like, the OGs are just a bit more memorable and more iconic to me. Well, the Season 2 putties aren't too bad, but I just always have a special place in my heart for the Putty Patrol. So now, the Tengas. No matter what, I will give Mighty Morphin credit throughout all of its seasons for switching up the minions. But these, the Tengas, they are the very first set of American minions that aren't related to the Sentai period, because the Tengas are just birds. But while they aren't just birds, as minions, they were... Honestly, the Rangers, I don't think have ever... Whenever I see the Rangers fight the Tengas, they always beat them into retreating. I don't think ever fully defeated. Keep in mind, in Season 3, the Rangers just go ninja mode and just kick their asses until they decide to give up. So... But they can... Well, they are birds, so of course they can fly. Honestly, for the Tengas, C. They're not... Maybe just C. Though I will give them credit for at least having personality. You know what? Now I think about it, let me think that C or B. Like I said, they do have personality and are well, their personality is they're all goofy. C or B. It's hard to say. I might go back to the Tengas later. For now, let's go to the Cogs. I like the Cogs. Their designs are simple, but that's fair because they're robots. And unlike the Tengas, like, I feel like the Cogs and the couple other minions are I feel like the Cogs and other types of minions too are the ones that have a bit more resistance to them, making them a bit more formidable. Like, they're not just throw a punch or kick and they don't go down. No, when they go out and fight, they go out and fight, and you really gotta punch and you really gotta give it to them to at least beat them. But yeah, once again, too with the Cogs, I always like them, and I either want them in A or S. But if I'm to be unbiased, possibly A. Once again, their designs are pretty simplistic, but I don't know. I might change my mind. I might not. I don't know. Just so far, the putties are an A, and you know what? Maybe I want the Cogs in S because I really like the Cogs, and I really like them for the same reasons that I like the putties. Except you don't really see different variations of them throughout the show. The Cogs alone are just fantastic. And so, the Piranhatrons. I kind of like them too, if only for their design. I don't know why a lot of people seem to give the Piranhatrons flat. I don't know. Maybe it's because they were in a bad season. But I'm just being honest too. The Piranhatrons are formidable minions too, where you really got to put some effort in to beat them. And it doesn't help the fact that these were the minions that were used to destroy the power chamber. And the fact that we still see them throughout, not just Turbo, but in space too. I feel, in my opinion, the Piranhatrons deserve to be an A. They're tough, they look great, and let's be honest, we're better off with the ones from the show than the ones from the movie, where you saw zombie-ish faces and they just looked horrible. But speaking of which, in the movie, we have like another set of minions that are technically canon to Turbo 2, the Putrapods, where they're just big old fat lizards. We really don't see a lot of them. C or D at best. Like, the only time, I think in both the show and the movie, we saw them once. Once in show, once in D. I can't even. I thought I would give them some credit, but the Putrapods, they're just big old turtles mixed with dragons. You really don't see them move around a lot, and I think they're pretty slow too. So, yeah. So next, the Quantrons. I like them for their designs. Though looking at this one picture, it looks like some of their chest armors either up too high then and fit perfectly. Give them credit for, well, they're fun. Yeah, let's think. Might be overthinking it a little bit, but the Quantrons, I think they're good for what they are. A or B. They're actually quite practical too, so. Oh god, it's hard to say. I either want them in A or B, because I know I don't want them in C or D. Maybe A for A or crap, I still don't know. Well, I'm not too well, I don't like the Quantrons as much as I like the Putties and the Piranhatrons. So for now, I'll just put them in B. If I change my mind, I'll get back to it later. Matter of fact, let me get back to the Tengas for a moment. See, just The Tengas aren't too bad, but they're for what they are, they're fine. But now, the Stingwingers. The Stingwingers are also pretty formidable. They have weapons on their limbs. They're another one of those minions that you really gotta take them down to beat them. Design-wise, they aren't too bad. Kind of want to say A, but also kind of want to say B. Hard to say. B, possibly? I'll get back to it later. Oh, now these other minions that were technically from the show, but they're from the Captain Mutiny arc, the Swabbies. This and the next one is going to be quite surprising because I kind of want to put the Swabbies in A, if only because, yeah, they're silly looking, but they're simplistic, and I like simplicity. And the same for the Batlings from Lightspeed Rescue. Honestly, when I think about it now, the Batlings I may want in like A or S, but here's why. Here's fully why. Are they simple? Yes. In all honesty, for minions, and I just mean for it in any media, think back to KamenRider, where the first set of Shocker minions were like guys wearing all black with their faces painted. Then eventually they were wearing full body suits with luchador mask. Sometimes with minions, you don't gotta think the entire world about them. And in all honesty, the Batlings don't look that bad. They're wearing full black bodysuits, devil horned helmets, and wings on the back. What seems a bit more intimidating, that or guys in luchador mask? Just saying. But why I want them in why I want them in S? No, I personally think keep them in A. So next, the Silobots from Time Force. See, they're not too bad. They're on that scale of average. Because once again, they're robots, and we'll put it this way. They're futuristic robots with the one-eyed helmets, blades that can also be used as guns. They're not bad, they're just pretty standard. I just like the cogs a bit more because they have a bit more gravitas to them. Being able to talk, their weapons. Also, they're the first robot minions we get in Power Rangers, and they're not too bad. Especially with how formidable they can be. So much that the Rangers need to morph a majority of the times just to take them. And so next, the Putripods from Wild Force. Wait, no, my fault. The Putrids from Wild Force. They're not the worst. They're standard 2, maybe lower standard. Like, they're not bad. They're just like everything in, just to be clear right now, with like everything in C, I just think is that's okay. But anything in D is just no. And so next, the Kelzax from Ninja Storm. To which, by the way, for the Kelzax, they stand for like anything else from Ninja Storm, meaning the regular Kelzax and the Kelzax Fury. Because, let's be honest, the Kelzax Fury are just regular Kelzax, but wearing red. So there's no need for them to have a separate picture for this too. But yeah, the Kelzax. Personally, I would kind of want them in B. I definitely like the helmets for them with the scorpion visor. I do like that. Everything else around them is pretty cool for what it is. I like them. And I'll include for Kel'Thuz's Furies too that they get tougher. So next, Tyrannodrones from Dino Thunder. Tyrannodrones from Dino Thunder. So they're basically Stingwingers 2.0. Something tells me to put them in B because I think they're good for what they are. I like them. They're nice for how grotesque they are for being science mixed with robotics. And while I'm at it, I think I might put the Stingwingers in B2. Maybe I might change my mind later. Let's think about it. But now, for the second set of minions from Dino Thunder, the Triptoids? I believe that's what they're called. And I remember seeing these things again in Opera Ranger when I watched it last year. Once again, I like their simplicity. I think I might want them in A because I do like minions where they aren't just one design, but something else too. In this case, Triptoids come in black and white, and they're nice. Give them that. They're not too bad. So next, Crybots. And boy, the Crybots. Crybots, well, for just the minion style Crybots, B or C? They're B or C if I'm being honest. Like, C. Now, for the blue heads. Oh god, for the blue heads and the orange heads, they're interesting. The orange heads, I might want an A. The blue heads, B is not the worst place in the world for them, so most likely there. Actually, weirdly enough, I can actually imagine the blue head. Well, wait, they are. Out of all the designs for the Crybots, the orange heads are the most impressive because they're so spiky. The blue heads are close second. They're fine. I'd say just have the blue heads in B. Just B for blue. So next, the Hideax from Mystic Force. This is where I will give Mystic Force all the credit in the world. Because the Hideax are hideous. They're freaky to look at. And they are basically that. Freaky to look at. Disgusting. And they're basically zombie minions. And boy, do they cut it off great. As well as the higher version of them, which the names are a bit boggling to me. I do like the higher version of them, to which I might want an A or S. Actually, I'll put that in S. Let's see here. But the regular Hideax, A. I'd say have them in A. They're not too bad. They are freaky for something from the underworld, so I can give them that credit. So next, the Chillers. B. I like them for what they are. They just have them. I'd say B. The Lava Lizards, I'd say A for their designs and the fact that they can also become monsters. But that was more of a thing with, well, yeah, since on occasion Moltor would choose one or some of them to become monsters, so I'll give them that. Speaking of which, too, the Rinshi from Jungle Fury, I honestly would want the Rinshi in either A or S, because, one, they're based off of Chinese vampires, two, they're martial arts themed minions, and three, their designs are nice too, but they can also be chosen to evolve into the monsters of the week. And so that's all just cool to me. To which I think the Rinchis should be an S. They're pretty nice for what they are. And for weapons, they do carry spears. And hell, they train. And hell, once again, they know martial arts, and so, yeah, they're cool. So next, grinders. A. Grinders are pretty nice for what they are, so they should be an A. So next, from Samurai, the Moogers. I almost didn't know. This is where, if I did a top 10 list, it would have been a bit hard for me because trying to place the Moogers somewhere was a little complicated at first. Because, on one hand, they do have nice designs. But in this case, it's between A or S. Kind of want to put the Moogers in A. I think they're pretty nice and solid. Like, as opposed to standard, they're a bit more above average for minions. For having a bit more bulk to them and carrying weapons. That's it. That's it. The Moogers are good. And the colors for them are nice too. Whether they're wearing like mustard yellow or purple. Purple's always nice because, shoot, purple's a good color. Oh, and the fact that Moogers come in regular size and giant size too. And can fly. Shoot, now it makes me think. Well, I want the Moogers in A or S. Now I'll think about it later. For now, the Spitfangs. These are those monster-like things from Samurai where it's literally just plant monsters with legs and no arms that can shoot out energy balls. And they're in like civilian size and giant size too. I just like them for how straight to the point they are. Yeah, Spitfangs are nice. Especially when they're short as well as huge. So next, the Loogies. This is where I say minions should not be thought about too hard. Because once again, they're just wearing colored bodysuits. And frankly, they're worse. For the Loogies though, I'm not too upset about them for how they look. For what they are, they're fine. And once again, also, they're aliens. So, what is there really to complain about? Honestly, Loogies can be an A or B, in my opinion. I'm not losing too much sleep over them, and they're fine. I'd say B. Weirdly enough, honest to God, and I keep saying it too, with the Loogies, they kind of remind me of 01 because of their color scheme. But yeah, the Loogies, I don't know why. For some reason, I kind of want to put the Loogies in A. Like, because I don't think they're too ugly or bad. I think they're fine. Possibly for their colors, but alright, have them in A. Oh, I cannot wait for the feedback I'll get for that. But next, the X-Borgs. The X... Oh. That's garbage I'm going to take out in a bit. Because I'm in the middle of cleaning my kitchen. But yeah, the X-Borgs. X-Borgs are pretty nice. For robotic minions, these are possibly third best compared to the Cogs and the Grinders. I'm sorry, I'm just really thinking about things right now about where everything should be. But I'll do that afterwards. But for the X-Borgs, for some reason I think they should be in B. because I think they're pretty good for what they are. Also, those heads are. They're for robots, they're fine. For X-Borgs, I kind of think B, maybe A. Eh. The Bruisers, on the other hand, I definitely want them in A. They're impressive for what they are, and I do like them. So next, the Vivix from Dino Charge. C or B? In all honesty, like C or B, because the Vivix are weird design. Vivix are honestly pretty weird design wise because they're based off of viruses. I'll give them credit that for when they all come together, they create those giant Vivizords. Maybe B. Actually, I'd say have Vivizords in B. I mean, Vivix in B. They're good. I like their weapons. But for minions, they're like, yeah, standard at best. So next, Skybolts. Tell you what. What if I put just the Skybolt? Actually, no. Let me really think. I was about to say, let's have the Skybolts in B and the Vivix in C. Because in all honesty, the Vivix aren't too much to talk about. They are what they are. So, sure. There. So next, oh yeah, and the Skybolts. They're the elite foot soldiers too from Dino Charge that showed up one day. Well, they are elite minions, so I'm giving them the credit there. So next, Kudabots. Design-wise, Kudabots are pretty good. I like how they look more without the hats, and for some reason in Ninja Steel they start calling them Basherbots. Really, but altogether, Kudabots are good. And this can go in A. Tronics, next. Wow, I'm almost done. But next, the Tronics. B. They're not too bad. I like them for what they are. I'd say B. Brief. Like I said, standard at best. So last and finally, the Henchmen from Dino Fury. Is it weird that I kind of want to see the Henchmen come back in Cosmic Fury? If only because they're minions, they're pretty good for what they are. I remember from when I first saw the Henchmen, I liked them quite a bit. They were black and white, two of my favorite colors, and they carry spears and shields. I think they deserve to be an A. They're pretty nice. They're good for what they are. So now, is there anything I want to change? That's a good question. Oh god, this is tough now. The elite minion from Mystic Force, I think could. No, I actually kind of like that one. I want that to stay an S. The Batlings, I don't know if I want to bring them to like Air S. I do actually quite like the Batlings. Oh yeah, now for the Stingwingers. I'm looking at everything thinking, what do I want to change? The Stingwingers. I'll say this: the Quantrons, they deserve a bit more credit, and I like their weapons. Quantrons, I think, could go in A. They're not the worst. They're fine. All right, yeah, I'll do that. I'll move the Quantrons up to A because I do like them. And for minions, for intergalactic minions, they sell it well. Now for the stingwingers, I think design-wise they look a lot nicer too because they're insects. So, oh my god, it's hard. It's really hard. Well, when I look at the stingwingers, I do immediately think aliens. So maybe they can be an A2. Hey, God, like this is one. Honest to God, this is one of the more complicated. This is one of the more complicated tier lists I've ever made before because I'm looking at everything and going by aesthetics and abilities, and just in general. Well, just the Quantrons definitely deserve to be up in A because their looks are just so out there, and the Stingwingers' looks are really out there too, and they are appealing. No matter what, the putties are staying in S. Well, the putty patrols are staying in S. Is there anything else I want to bring to S? Maybe. Maybe the grinders? I mean, so like maybe the grinders can be an S tier? Because looking at them now and thinking about them, I do like the grinders a lot. But I'm trying to be unbiased and fair. I kind of think the grinders should be an S. Alright. The grinders an S. And huh. God, this is hard. Uh God, I'm thinking what else? Really look at everything and think. Is it weird that I kind of want to bring that one from Mystic Force down because I kind of don't remember him too much? I, but actually, I actually remember seeing like a full image of that before. Awesome. It's hard to say. Um, God, I can't imagine. Oh God, this is just tough. Know what? I think I might just leave this how it is because this was one of the more harder tier lists to make. Just going by aesthetics and everything. Oh shoot! Matter of fact, the Moogers. I kind of feel like the Moogers should go in S tier. I like their designs. And I like how they come in all different shapes and sizes. Literally different sizes because there are also giant Moogers too. And there are those that can fly and those that wear different uniforms. Moogers come in all different forms, in all honesty. And I like the Moogers. Oh god, I like the Moogers, but I don't know. Oh god, I like the Moogers. Like, I keep thinking, should they be an A or should they be an S? Mm. God, God, that they let the Moogers stay in A. They're fine. They are fine. It's so hard to think. Just look at like they are nice though. They're honestly as nice as God damn it. Moogers are as nice looking as the grinders. They gotta be an S now. I got to. They gotta be an S now. Okay, the Spitfangs, that I might leave alone because that's just for me. They look cool for being like savage plant monsters used to just blast at the Rangers. They're nice. You know what? But I'll leave this alone for what it is. Because, shoot, this is the tier list. I'm so happy that I did this for Power Rangers and not Sentai, because Sentai would have been a bit more harder for me to do, especially since I don't know the names of all the minions there. But, god damn it, I'm going to make this one change. I feel like this one should be brought down. There. God damn it. I feel like that should be back up again. Fuck. Oh god. I'm gonna leave this alone. It's so complicated. I can't. Oh my god. This is the tier list. Please, what are y'all? How would y'all rank minions and Power Rangers? Oh my god. This was one. Oh my god. This was one of the most complicated lists to make. Please tell me where y'all's thoughts on this. Would you rank these minions up differently? Please let me know in the comments down below, because it's been a long time since I did tier lists. Mainly because now tier lists are starting to be, well, have been irrelevant for the past year or so now. Because, hell, look up tier lists on YouTube. You'll find videos from like 6 months ago. But, what do you guys think of this? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, tell your friends about KamenRider Blackman. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.